Hey everybody, I'm back with another episode of Pursuit On in our series. I'm here at the rink today in our dressing room, the Sioux Lookout Bombers dressing room. Figured I'd change the scenery a little bit for a hockey series. So without further ado, Pursuit On, what's my next step? So a lot of people in the summertime, it's summertime right now. So a lot of people in the summertime, hockey players, ask themselves, what's my next step? Where am I headed? What level should I try to get to per se? Don't necessarily waste your time going to thousands and thousands of skates or, wasting thousands of dollars, I should say, going to a bunch of different hours and, just trying to cast a wide net. There's other purposeful ways to develop, I think. So, let's talk a little bit about what our next step might be. The first thing I would say is, ask ourselves where we're truly at, right? Being self-aware is obviously extremely important. So you got to ask yourself, before I make my next step, where am I truly at? So a couple things to help you with that. Where did you just play? Like, where did I just play? Did I play, house league, single A, triple A, somewhere else, prep school? Where did you just play this past year? I mean, that's a pretty good indicator most times of, if you can make a jump to the next level. Sometimes not. I mean, sometimes it's just a kid has a great year of development and can make a huge jump from, house league to AAA. I've seen that happen, but, it's the first thing just to take a look inside, right? See where we're at ourselves. So the next thing is when you go to these camps, if you go to skates trying to make the next level, obviously you should, you should know pretty quickly what your level of confidence is in these skates, right? So how confident you feel carrying the puck, making plays, even just the speed of the game, how quickly you're processing things and how it feels to you. Those are questions I guess you can ask yourself, after a skate or even during a skate while you're sitting there on the bench. If you're, there's a scrimmage happening or even during drills. Are you executing the drills? Are you having trouble understanding the drills, or are you having no problem? Do you get to the front of the line because you're hungry to do the drills, or you're one of the guys that kind of goes to the back because he has to watch a few and just has a bit slower time processing things? I mean, these are all just honest questions that we got to ask ourselves before we try to make the jump to the next level. So I guess it kind of ties into that. Like, do I feel I can make a jump? Right? I mean, internally, you got to ask yourself, right? And that all ties in. So do I feel I can make that jump truly? That's a self-confidence thing, and you'll know on the ice when you go to these skates, and sometimes you are really close and it doesn't quite cut it. But I mean, that's another side of hockey too, that it's just out of your control. But whatever's in your control are the things you can worry about, right? So how you feel, how confident you feel in making that jump, and how hard you can push yourself. So I guess the other thing is, like, when you're asking yourself this question, it's another thing to ask yourself, can I make an impact at this next level, right? One thing to feel confident and feel like we can get to the next level, but do we feel like we can get there, make an impact, and actually be an effective hockey player at the next level? Sometimes it's one thing to be fast enough, to skate and be in the play and kind of be around the play and around the puck, but you can be ineffective too, right? So we have to make that distinction, just because it's better for our development to not rush to a place where we're not necessarily the most confident in making plays and being on the puck and getting the puck to have an impact. So we have to ask ourselves these honest questions. The last honest question we got to ask ourselves, in making the next jump or what's my next step, would be, am I okay with accepting my role, whatever that may be? Am I going to be a fourth or third line checking guy, or in and out of the lineup kind of guy that's developing and hopefully just waiting on an opportunity so I can work my way into the lineup? Am I going to be a middle six guy that's kind of, got some penalty killing roles, maybe an opportunity on the power play here and there? Or am I going to be a top six guy on the power play, making an impact, every night, all these kinds of things? So if you kind of look yourself in the mirror and see, you can kind of go down the pecking order too, and often see after a few skates if you're with the team or not, where they have you slotted. It's pretty easy to tell, as all hockey players have been there and been through it. So ask yourself, where do I want to be? Would it be more effective for me to play at, maybe junior B instead of junior A and play in a top six role rather than, a bottom six or grinder role at the junior A level as a younger player? Age is a factor too, right? So that's kind of like, you go back to earlier, ask yourself, where did I just play? Is it U16? Is it U18? Did I play juvenile? Did I play junior somewhere else, right? And I mean, you can always keep pushing and keep trying to get to the next level. I'm not discouraging anybody from that. I'm just saying, sometimes when you're asking yourself, what's my next step? These are just the things that you can kind of internally look at and think about on your own, right? And everybody plays a comparison game all the time. It's not necessarily about comparison, but it's just knowing where you're at and how confident you feel, right? It's kind of a gut feeling, I think, and some people are the most confident in the world and don't necessarily have the most talent, but that can also take you pretty far, just having that confidence. So I think working on our own skills away from the rink, working on stuff off the ice, and on the ice, both really, just working on your own craft ultimately gives you that confidence. So what's your next step? Get back on the ice, keep pushing, keep working, and keep trying to get better. I think that's always the next step, really, when you break it down. I mean, you could look at a bunch of different things and ask yourself a million questions, but at the end of the day, you got to get on the ice and perform. So just keep working on your craft and, one foot in front of the other. Keep working. All right, thanks for stopping by to check out the Pursuit On series. Don't forget, we have our Pursuit Hockey Scholarship wrapping up this week. July 25th is the last day to apply. I think we have about 15 applicants right now. I've picked the panel to decide the winners. I'm really excited about it. So we should be announcing that within the month. I believe August 21st is the day that comes out. And, the award winners will be getting their checks in the mail shortly after that. So really excited about it. If you haven't applied or haven't heard about it, please go on our website, pursuithg.ca. Check it out, apply, it's free. It's just a Google form, very easy to do. And thanks for coming by. Bye.